If money feels hard, it is because you are working on having money versus accepting your power and then having money roll in. Let me give you an example. Have you ever seen this in relationship? The person that is working hard, doing all of the work, and they stay single or they have these horrible relationships, always wondering what they're doing wrong. And it's this really shitty cycle. Money is similar. Money responds to power just like men and people respond to power. How does that person have better relationships? She has to actually accept her power. She has to actually start going, no, I'm not dealing with this, and step into this depth of security and trust. Like, of course, he wants to be with me. Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing in her brain could ever be like, oh, we need to really read 500 books about the psychology of men for him to be into us, right? That is desperate behavior. And it's the same thing with money. When you're like, oh, but why isn't money coming in this way? Oh, God, I've got to affirm 100 times a day. I've got to do tapping to have money come in. Yes, that stuff can be beautifully supportive in certain ways. And what I find is a lot of people are stuck in this trap of working on themselves, which actually pushes money and everything else, attraction, magnetism, turn on, completely away. And when we get you into your power, you instead experience instant manifestations. You instead experience that person showing up and being like, fuck, I can't stop thinking about you. And money responds, I've already said this, I'm going to repeat this, to power, your acceptance of your power. And the amount of money that you have is a direct reflection of how you see yourself in relationship to money. You can affirm 100 times a day, probably won't make that much of a difference. In my world, I show you how to hack this so you can start having instant money manifestations and whatever the fuck you want. You want your partner to show up completely differently? In my world, they do. Just like my client who's now a multi-millionaire, and she is having all these incredible men come out of nowhere. Men unlike any other man she's met before. Another one of my client is a multi-millionaire and has their dream relationship with so much passion, so much love. They couldn't have ever imagined this. And I've so many stories like this. Don't be fooled